June 16, 2018 was supposed to belong to Queensbridge legend Nas. Nasir, his first solo album in 6 years, it hit streaming services amid a frenzy of midnight listening parties. Yet before the sun could set, an even louder headline hijacked every feed. Jay-Z and Beyoncé surprise dropped Everything Is Love, complete with a slick museum-emptying video filmed inside the Louvre. Fans barely had time to finish track 3 of Nasir before scrolling to see Hove and Queen Bee dancing in front of the Mona Lisa. To many, the timing looked savage. To Nas, it confirmed a pattern he'd felt for nearly 2 decades. But Nas wasn't the first to feel that chill, the rap world whispered. Long before Nas's Louvre shock, DMX had already sounded the alarm about Jay-Z's stealth moves. And when you connect the dots, from Rough Rider roadblocks to Beanie's backlash, Cameron's ambush, and 50 Cent's biting commentary, an unsettling picture emerges of a power couple protecting their throne by any means necessary. In 2004, DMX walked into Def Jam with a flawless record, 5 #1 albums in 5 years. He was Def Jam's beating heart until Jay-Z traded his mic for a corner office, becoming label president that same winter. Almost overnight, X's 6th project, Year of the Dog, again hit mysterious delays. Engineers got mixed instructions, marketing budgets vanished, release dates kept sliding. Years later, X told Drink Champs he believed Jay intentionally iced the rollout so that Hov's own unretirement would dominate headlines instead. Jay never confirmed or denied the claim, but DMX's frustration poured through every syllable. I never met a human more competitive than me until Jay. The album limped into stores in August 2006, debuting at number 2. For any other artist, that was solid gold. For X, accustomed to steamrolling the charts, it felt like sabotage. He wouldn't let me breathe, X later told Hot 97. By the time he left Def Jam for good, the once unbreakable brotherhood between New York Titans had curdled into silent animosity. But the Jay-Z timing game didn't end with DMX. In fact, X's experience was just the opening chapter of a saga that would stretch across decades, straight into Nas's backyard. If DMX offered the first warning shot, Nas supplied the case study. Pull out a calendar, circle every Nas release since 2001, then note what Jay-Z and Beyoncé unleashed within days or weeks. The overlap is so snug it looks choreographed. December 18th, 2001, Nas drops Stillmatic. December 23rd, 2001, Jay's MTV Unplugged hits stores. November 30th, 2004, Nas unveils Street's Disciple. November 30th, 2004, Jay and Linkin Park release Collision Course on the very same Tuesday. November 6th, 2007, Nas's Greatest Hits set arrives. November 6th, 2007, Jay launches American Gangster. June 15th, 2018. Nasir streams at midnight, but Tidal mysteriously withholds it for roughly 24 hours, leaving fans adrift. June 16th, 2018, The Carters. Everything Is Love lands with Louvre-level pageantry. July 15th, 2019, The Lost Tapes. 2 finally drops. July 19th, 2019, Beyoncé unleashes The Lion King, The Gift, complete with Hov-assisted tracks. Nas addressed the déjà vu on The Breakfast Club, half smiling, half exasperated. I don't know if it's personal, but the dates always line up. Even when industry insiders called the overlaps pure coincidence, fans kept noticing the pattern. Every time Nas tried to claim a news cycle, something Carter-branded crash-landed within arm's reach. That tension reached its boiling point with the Louvre incident. Nasir was already plagued by Kanye's chaotic Wyoming sessions and a streaming delay on Tidal, a service Jay co-founded. The very next afternoon, Beyoncé posted a still from the apeshit video. Within minutes, timelines worldwide forgot Nas existed. Coincidence? Maybe once. But 5 times. And Nas wasn't alone. Jay's alleged timing tactics spilled beyond Queens and Yonkers, ensnaring everyone from Rockefeller soldiers to Harlem diplomats. Beanie Sigel spent the early 2000s as Jay-Z's lyrical pitbull, bodying verses on The Dynasty and Blueprint 2. Yet in January 2025, Beanie finally uncorked years of quiet frustration on the art of dialogue. He claimed Jay made a habit of scheduling his personal releases to eclipse Beanie's rollouts, effectively clipping his momentum before he could climb out of Hov's shadow. The backlash online was swift. Some called the story old grudges, others called it industry standard. But Beanie doubled down, insisting the overlap was too frequent to ignore. Harlem's Cameron tells a similar tale. In a now viral clip from BET's 106 in Park circa 2002, Cam sits mid-interview hyping his Rockefeller debut when Jay suddenly strolls on stage unannounced. Crowds scream, Free and AJ pivot to Hav. Cam's face freezes between confusion and fury as his spotlight dissolves. Fans called it legendary TV. Cam years later called it calculated disruption. Those anecdotes paint a picture of an executive MC who preferred chess to head-to-head combat. Why risk a bar-for-bar battle when you can adjust the release calendar and absorb all the oxygen before rivals even inhale? Critics might say, that's just smart business. But opponents argue Jay weaponized not just his corporate clout, but also the pristine halo of one Beyonce Knowles Carter. Enter Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, rap's perennial pot stirrer. In late 2024, and again on The Breakfast Club in January 2025, 50 alleged that Jay-Z hides behind Beyonce's image, framing their union as the most lucrative business contract in music. He argued Hav's award count skyrocketed post-wedding, 1 Grammy before 2004, nearly 2 dozen after. Those trophies started rolling in once he had the Beyonce stamp. 50 teased, half joking, half deadly serious. Is that fair? Data shows Jay earned 17 Grammys after 2004, but he also turned 40 during that span, dropped cult classics like 444, and became a billionaire entrepreneur. Correlation isn't causation. Still, the perception lingers that Beyonce's spotless brand softens Jay's rough edges. Whenever backlash brews, whether over Def Jam politics or R. Kelly collaborations, Bey's gravity-defying halo seems to mute the static. Speaking of R. Kelly, no discussion of Jay's reputation management is complete without the hush that followed those early 2000s rumors. In 2002 and 2004, Jay-Z and R. Kelly co-headlined the Best of Both Worlds projects. Even then, unsettling whispers trailed Kelly, yet Jay rarely addressed them publicly. Fast forward to 2019, Lifetime's surviving R. Kelly docuseries detonates, reigniting public outrage. Reports later surfaced that Jay quietly helped fund parts of the documentary behind the scenes, an unverified claim but one repeated in multiple think pieces. Whether he bankrolled the project or simply pivoted at the perfect moment, Jay emerged from the chaos with a new aura. Family-first philanthropist, social justice investor, blueprint for black capitalism. The silence that once seemed complicit began looking, to some, like restraint. Critics, however, saw a rebrand timed impeccably to deflect heat. Patterns, pivots, protective buffers. This is chess on an epic board. So where does that leave the legacy of those left in the shadows? DMX and Nasa weren't just top-tier MCs, they were truth-tellers who refused to kiss the ring. They asked hard questions. Why did major labels freeze budgets? Why did release dates collide? Why did an executive president drop a surprise album the very day a label-made single went to radio? Both paid a price. X battled chart slumps, label purgatory, and personal demons before his tragic passing on April 9th, 2021. Nas endured review bombs, release delays, and social media erasure whenever Carter News eclipsed his celebrations, yet both men kept speaking. Nas's 2024 Wendy Williams throwback interview resurfaced last year, reigniting the debate. In that clip, Nas accuses Jay of staying silent on R. Kelly to protect a bag, and maybe protect secrets of his own. Jay never answered. Fans argued, media moved on. But the internet never forgets, and every fresh Carter triumph revives the old questions. Did they win by talent alone, or by invisible elbows thrown in dark rooms? January 22nd, 2025, Beanie Siegel's claims trend on X, sparking hashtag JTimingGate. Hot 97 calls it old drama, but hip-hop Twitter starts digging calendars again. February, a TikTok snippet of DMX's 2009 rant hits 3 million views in 2 days. Gen Z rap heads treat it like brand new tea. March, 50 Cent's business contract comments get aggregated by mainstream tabloids, injecting fresh fuel into the narrative. April, on the anniversary of It's Dark and Hell is Hot, streaming spikes remind everyone how colossal DMX once was. Each flashback pushes the same question to the top of comment sections. Is Jay-Z simply a master strategist, or has he quietly benched rivals for 20 years? Patterns don't automatically prove intent. Release calendars can overlap. Surprise albums can drop by chance. And greatness often breeds suspicion. But when the same names, DMX, Nas, Beanie, Cam, repeat the same story across decades, fans have to wonder whether they're smoke, fire, or a well-oiled smoke machine operated by America's most powerful music duo. So what do you think? Was Nas right to finally vocalize the pattern? Was DMX trying to warn us years ago? And does Beyoncé's diamond cut brand provide the perfect shield for Jay's cold-blooded chess moves? Or is that narrative just salty speculation from fallen rivals? Sound off in the comments. I read every take. If this deep dive cracked open a new perspective, hit like so more viewers can see it. Smash subscribe so you never miss our next investigation, and tap that bell, because you'll want me on your timeline first to connect the dots in future celebrity gossip. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and remember, in hip-hop, the loudest moves aren't always the ones you hear.